YouTube, what's going on YouTube? It's Lloyd Fernandez here with another video. Alright guys, this is one of my mindset videos. This one is going to be about why are you focusing on the wrong things, right? This is a kind of a message just want to send out there. As you already know, I'm a real estate agent in York, Lancaster, Harrisburg, Adams County area. If you know anybody looking to buy or sell real estate, please send them our way. The Lloyd Fernandez team, we're getting things done. We speak English and Spanish, so si tú conoces a alguien que quiere comprar casa aquí en York, Lancaster, Harrisburg, Adams County area, por favor, manda por nosotros y nosotros podemos ayudarlo. All right, guys, so the message that I want to send out is why are you focusing on the wrong things, right? I was having a conversation. The reason for this video, like, I make these videos and I get inspired by actual things that happen in my life. So when I get on the camera, if I'm doing a mindset video, I do videos for buying or selling real estate advice, eating better tips and exercise tips and all that. But usually when I get on the camera and I do these videos, it's because I got inspired by actual situation and event that happened in my life. So with this actual situation, I was talking with my son. Like everybody else, if you have kids, you understand how it goes. You know, just not doing as well as he needs to be doing. And so I was having this conversation with him. So when I had this conversation, it made me want to. I thought about doing a video, kind of delivering the message on my channel. If you go back to my channel, you can watch all the real estate advice, investors. Advice for somebody that wants to be a real estate agent like myself, advice for people looking to buy a home, people looking to sell a home. So you can go back on my YouTube channel and watch all of those videos. If you're watching this on a social media site and you're interested in this video, or you're watching this video but you rather watch other videos about those topics, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe. I have playlists on each and every videos that I do. The subjects of the videos that I do. So if you just mainly want to talk, educate yourself on buying a home or selling a home or being a real estate agent, go to the YouTube, subscribe, and go watch that playlist. All right, guys? So again, to get right into it, kind of went on about people going to the YouTube channel, but you know, I really think that there's so much beneficial things. So somebody that's in your area that can actually help you, that's actually doing it right now, not 20 years back or in this current market, and you can get advice from somebody that you could actually meet in person, because I live in central Pennsylvania, and you can actually get the advice in our area, because a lot of people listen to this advice, they live in California, they live in wherever, but I'm telling you, I live here. I do this here, and I'm actually somebody that's here. I grew up here, so you can actually, you know, get some solid advice from somebody that actually cares about the community here. All right. So to get into my topic, I went a little long on that, but so I was talking to my son about certain things that was going on with him, and I wanted to do this video, kind of give the advice. I do a YouTube channel, so it gave me a topic to talk about. Sometimes I run out of things to say, so on make a video about. So I was talking about focusing on the right things, like, and I'm guilty of it myself. I'm human, and I'm a real person. So, you know, I'm not, you know, on here trying to be extra professional or, you know, fake the funk. Like, I mean, I'm a human just like everybody else. I got the same. I'm always constantly working on myself and trying to improve, and I have real life issues. So, talking to my son about how he needs to focus more, how he's putting his priorities and not in the right places. So I wanted to go ahead and explain that on a more of adult level with my people that are subscribed or people that watch my videos. So, you know, as adults, we put a lot of our focus on the wrong stuff. And like I said, I'm guilty of it too, so I'm not sitting here trying to sit on a pedestal or a high horse, but I mean, we do it. A lot of times, because of the day and age that we're in, we got on our phone, we got so much access to so much information and so much, you know, around the world. We got Facebook, Instagram, we got, you know, whatever, TikTok, I don't have that, but, you know, Snapchat, whatever you guys have. So it's very distracting, and we put our focus on it. So, you know, a lot of times, and even myself, you know, like, I'm freaking human, man, and I do it myself. I'll put my attention and let's say Instagram or something. And I'm into, just who I am. I'm into obviously entrepreneurship, real estate, investing. But I'm a person outside of that, so I like working out. I like doing martial arts, different types of forms of fighting, boxing, jiu-jitsu. I got different things going on. So when I'm online, I'm paying attention to these things that interest me. But just as a human, I see maybe an individual that is, let's say, a workout person, and they're very shape that's just unbelievable. And you can put your focus on that and kind of lose yourself in that, because it's very misleading. You see an individual and you see wow, this person looks like this and I don't look like that. But a lot of times, in the day and age that we're living in, guys, you gotta understand this. These people you're not getting the full story, and not only are you not getting the full story, it's a delusion. Some of these people are getting surgeries, these people are on some type of things that you're not on natural things, and we could lose sight of our focus, because we could sit there and say, okay, our goal is to get in good shape, better shape, be a better version of ourselves. But as you look on these Instagram, these Facebooks or YouTube, whatever, you see an individual and you're discouraged, and then it distracts your focus, because now you're so focused on getting on that person's level. You're trying to compare yourself to that person, but it's not realistic, because you don't know the whole story. You don't know what's going on with that individual. And that's so much going on in this day and age. There's so much fakery going on. Man, you don't know how many people are starting Facebooks, Instagrams, YouTube channels, and renting cars or borrowing cars and homes from people and acting like they live there, acting like that's what they drive, acting like that's their lifestyle, acting like they don't have surgeries, acting like they didn't do all natural things to have the body they have. So your focus is on all of these things, and it's totally fake. But because you're not thinking straight, and you're human, just like I'm guilty of it myself, you look at this and you feel inferior. You feel man, I don't compare to that. And if you're trying to get to that point, you're constantly, your focus is on getting to that, man. You gotta stop that, man, because you're not gonna get there unless you do those things that they're doing, those unnatural things, those surgeries, those, like I said, some of them aren't even really living like that. So we're guilty of that, you know what I mean? And there's distraction, because what you should be focused on is not comparing yourself to these individuals that you don't know what the story is with them, but focusing on your own life. And the main thing that we should all be focusing on is being emotionally strong, mentally strong, physically strong, and financially strong, in my opinion. Those are the 4 things that we all need, because we can't predict life. We don't know what's waiting around the corner. Bills, families, deaths, sicknesses, all types of problems. But what we can do is every day work on getting emotionally stronger, mentally stronger, physically stronger, and financially stronger. That way when life does happen, because you cannot stop it. You can stop things to a certain extent, you know what I mean? You can prevent things, but life is gonna happen regardless. Something's gonna happen. And the only thing you can do is become stronger in these 4 areas. That way when that does happen, you're prepared, you're strong. Not saying it's going to be easy because you're strong in those areas. Not saying it's not going to hurt because you're in those strong in those areas. Not saying that it's going to be beneficial to your life when you go through those things. Not always, but you're able to handle it, and that's what life is about. Being able to go through these tough times or these bad situations and make it out. It's like the Rocky movie, man. I know it's kind of corny, but it's the truth. It's you could win. You could win all the time, whatever. But that's not what counts really in life. What counts is how many times you get back up. Because that's just the way it is. Life is always going to knock you down. So focusing on these individuals or comparing yourself to individuals that you don't know the whole story, you don't know what's going on, you're losing focus. because you should be focusing on how can I make myself physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially stronger. Forget about what these other individuals are doing, what they're doing to get to where they're getting, whatever. How can you get there? What's your plan? And what are you doing to make it? So this is a conversation I was having with my son because of certain things that was going on in his life and our life over here at my house. But it's very important that you understand this message because it's a lot of fakery going on out there, man. You could really lose sight and lose focusing on these other individuals that are just trying to mislead you. And they might just be doing this to elevate their level up in their life. So, I mean, it's not wrong. I mean, if that's what they're using their platform and they figured out a way to make it in that way, then that's on them. You can't even be mad at that. Nobody's mad at that. That's the route they took and it's working for them. Hey, kudos to them. That's what's up. But you as the individual on the other side of the spectrum looking at this, you have to come to put it in perspective that, man, it's not what it seems to be, man. You know, life is real. You might get a perfect body, you get a surgery, you do whatever you're doing, use all natural substances to be stronger or whatever the case may be, but that's still not going to change you as an individual. That's not going to solve your problems, right? So you get your body to this tip-top shape. You think that's going to help you with relationship with others? It might get you to, you know, another individual, maybe off eyesight, but you're still going to have an issue if you're not dealing with yourself within, becoming stronger emotionally, physically, mentally, and financially. You're still going to have many of problems with another individual, regardless that you got these things done to your body or whatever, this fakery stuff. It's not going to change. You still got to deal with that at the end of the day, because you're dealing with somebody physically, and financially. But a lot of times what happens in relationships, or just with people, friendships or family members or relationships in general, is that the individual themselves has issues. You know what I mean? And that's, instead of, to me, in my opinion, instead of worrying about so much about these doing these things for your body or whatever, you need to work on yourself, because that's what holds a relationship together. Like, you go out and take steroids and get jacked, or you do your surgery, or you pretend to have all this money or whatever, that's not going to keep you in good relationships with people. Because at the end of the day, in the initiative of meeting somebody, you look at the physical, you look at the picture, the lifestyle that they're portraying. Everything is always a portrayal of somebody when you first meet them. But once you get past that, that doesn't matter anymore. Because once you're past that facade and you're really trying to get to know the individual, that stuff don't matter. If you're honestly trying to get to know the individual. And it doesn't matter. Then what matters is the type of person they are, their mindset, their personality, what are their habits like, what type of lifestyle they live, honestly, behind closed doors. That's what matters. And that's what makes people either want to stay or leave. Or people, you know, you might even help somebody, or you might need some work, we all need work. But this is what matters. So we lose focus of these things by looking at these individuals by the facade that they're putting up on these social media sites, on the internet. And we're just staying on a basic level and saying, oh, that's what their life is. Like, they're still people at the end of the day, and they got things outside of what you're seeing internally. And that's the most important thing, getting internally right. So you want to make sure you're mentally strong, physically strong, emotionally strong, and financially strong. That way, like I was telling my son, like, you can't stop life from happening. You try to prevent as much as possible, but life is going to happen. And you're not always going to have somebody at your side to help you through. People are in your life, yes, you love them, but everything has an expiration date. You know what I mean? People are like seasons. You know, there's all types of reasons why people could come in and out of your life. Death, sickness, moving, just ending relationships with people, friends, families, significant others, all types of situations. You're in this world alone and you die alone. That doesn't mean you don't take part with people, love people, and help them, and they help you. No, absolutely. You might spend many years with somebody, but at the end of the day, you have to be able to stand alone. And to be able to stand alone, you have to be physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially strong. And that's what your focus should be. Notice, I'm not saying don't care about your physical, work out, try to become the best physical. Of course, that's part of it. That's why I said mentally, emotionally, and physically and financially strong. That doesn't mean you got to be the best in the world. That doesn't mean you got to be the best where you live at. Just strong enough that you're in a good space in that area, mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. Then you don't really have to worry about nothing. That's what your focus should be on, getting yourself in those 4 categories strong enough that you don't need anybody and you're gonna be okay. Like I said, that doesn't mean you don't get lonely. That doesn't mean that things ain't gonna happen and that things might suck. Life isn't butterflies and rainbows. You're not gonna wake up every day and be happy. Like, you try to be happy, but you gotta be honest with yourself. But keep on focusing on those 4 areas and improving yourself, because things come and they go. You know, when something happens with an individual, yeah, it might mess you up for a couple days, weeks, years, whatever, but eventually you're gonna get past that. And if you stay focused on being physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially strong, when you get out of that, whatever, if it's an emotion, if it's a bad time in your life, your living situation, your education, your relationship with somebody, maybe you broke up with somebody, or maybe a family member, whatever, friendship, whatever, when that's over with, if you stood focused during those bad times on those 4 things and kept trying to get better, when you're out of that situation, you're gonna look back and be like, man, that sucked, and I'm glad I feel better. I'm not in that place. It might have been years, but you kept focused. You're gonna be happy you kept focused on improving those 4 areas in your life and working on yourself, because now, 2 years later, that it took you to get out of that situation that made you unhappy or however it was affecting you, you made it out stronger because you stayed focused on the things that matter, not staying focused on looking at people on the internet, fake it out, or looking at comparing yourself saying, damn, if I had this, if I had that physically, I would be happy. That's a lie. Don't let that fool you, because that's a lie, man. You know how many beautiful people that have whatever they have physically are not happy and can't keep a relationship, or it's not even just about relationships, just can't be happy with other individuals in their life, like friends, family, and that's because they're not mentally, emotionally strong. You know what I mean? So these are things you got to stay focused on. Like I said, this comes from a place where I was talking to my son, trying to give him this knowledge. Like I said, I still work on it myself. I don't wake up every day with like just feeling like happy and extra focus on this. Sometimes I gotta tell myself the same thing that I'm saying on this. I'm saying on this camera. I gotta tell myself like, hey man, get focused. I can catch myself slipping in one direction or another, looking at a situation. I'm guilty. I go on Instagram. I have to because of my business and promoting and marketing. But there's times I'm looking, I'm like, man, I wish I looked like that. I'm human, man. I'm human. We human. Let's not act like it's not a reality. But sometimes I gotta bring myself back and say, hey man, what you doing? Like, you don't know what's going on over there. You don't know what that individual is doing. Do you want to do that to reach that level? Probably not. And it doesn't even matter what that individual is doing. You can't control other people. You only can control yourself. So you just work hard and be the best version of yourself you can be, physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. Call it a day. And you'll be happy with yourself. You know, that's the message I want to get out. I know the video is getting a little long, but sometimes I get passionate about what I'm talking about because there's so much garbage out there, man, when it comes to these celebrities and these people and misguiding people, even people influential in local places. They're giving out the wrong message. They're trying to make it seem like come on, let's be real. You know, life is tough, and this is how you have to make it so you're strong enough to get through it. And you have your happy times. You learn to be happy because you get happy in the process. You know what I mean? So that's the message I want to get out. So stay focused. Make sure you're focused on the right things. Again, I know I'm beating a dead horse, but I want to say it again. Stay focused on improving yourself, getting stronger mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. Because like I said, you're not going to wake up happy every day. You choose to be happy every day. But but you're not gonna always be like, oh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. That's not gonna happen. That's not realistic. I don't care where you're at. You could be rich, poor, married, single, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter. You're gonna make your decision to be happy in those moments, but you work on, whether you're happy or not, you work on those 4 areas and improvement. And when time passes and you look back, when you don't feel the same like you did in that moment, or you ain't going through the same situation like you are in that moment, you're gonna be happy. You focused on those 4 things: physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially, making yourself stronger. All right, guys. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe for more videos like this. This is my mindset videos. I love these videos because this comes from the heart. I also do buying real estate, selling real estate, people looking to be a real estate agent like myself. I also do tips and advice for eating healthy and also working out, and a little bit of investor tips here and there too on the channel. So make sure you go like, make sure you go subscribe, and make sure that if you're watching this on social media, that you go to the YouTube channel, please, and share the video if you can. I appreciate it. Like I always say, guys, I wish you luck, I wish you success, and I wish you good health. Peace, YouTube.